Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Alright, so first things first, let's check out the quests with Sir Divis. Yeah. He's probably still asleep, so let's wait an hour. But looks like there's a new quest chain when we unlock with him, so let's check it out. I think he's up on this floor. I know that's the ladies' room. I think that's Sir Divis' room that's locked. Unfortunately, there is no access to it. But at the same time, kind of me pointing me to this floor. So let's check it out. Oh, there he is. Sir Davis. Can you talk to me? Hello? Talk? God damn it. And he closed the door behind him. My goodness. He is on a mission today. Alright, let's talk now.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
What's happening with pretty Slavits?
Can I be of service to you, Sidivish? I've heard talk that something is going on in Pribislavis.
Henry,
Privis
you've
Slavish.
come at just the right moment. I sent a man to Pribislavis, my locator, Marius.
Locator?
What's a locator?
A land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the settlement to see if we can start rebuilding it.
Oh. You're planning to
You're
settle?
planning to resettle the village.
Yes,
Why Pribislavits of all places?
because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruin since it was sacked by Havelmetic years ago. It's about time that changed.
Well, it should be safe there now. We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes, and that's why I sent my master locator there. However, he should have been back long since.
If you've no objection, I could go and look for him.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out. Good luck, Jim.
Alright, so we got a new quest to locate the I guess that's what you call a surveyor. So anyways, that's that. But we still need to go down to Ratty. Okay, so we got two things we got do down in Ratty. That's strange. Things have not cleared up in Mahojin yet. Well, okay. Guess let's head back down here and let's mount up and let's go down to Ratty. First of all, that'll be our first step, and then we'll go from there. Alright, that was quite a run. Now we're on Ratty. So we need to go to the lower castle here, and we gotta report to the engineer on what we found, and basically hand him over this stuff about the forgery stuff. It was at this level. What do you have me offer? I think it was this one. Yeah, by the looks of it, that's him right there, so let's talk to him.
Greetings. What business have you?
About the skeleton man.
I'm here about the mine.
Excellent. So what did you find out?
I didn't get round to having a proper look. I came across something more disturbing.
What's that?
Nemoy and his gang were stealing silver there.
The vermin. I thought as much. Did you bring him here?
I tried to, but he was having none of it. He didn't want to burn, so he tried to kill me.
Well, I'm glad he didn't succeed. But now I won't be able to find out anything. Oh well, can't be helped, I suppose.
Okay, so that's that. Now we gotta do the fake
Master
Roskin.
Fayfar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna,
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His
His name is
Ulrich.
Rich.
He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins. Then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me those documents.
To show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau. Interrogation held this day. Put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Caplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzik and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square.
Kind of strange that this is taking a turn to Sasso.
God be
Alright, so how does the monastery has to do with this? Huh. Forgery, okay. So, it looks like, well, I gotta go to Sasso anyways. Yeah. Because I gotta hand in the report for the camp destructions. So, yeah, let's actually, since I'm here already, I might as well do a sell-off of the rest of the stuff I have on my inventory, so I have more room for other things. So let's start with that.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Let's talk trade and let's sell everything.
Let's have a word about the price.
Well,
What about this?
that's better. Aye, that...
Okay, that's done. Now let's talk to the armor here and let's do the same thing.
God save you.
Let's have a word about the
Well,
since it's...
I'd almost Alright, so.
Okay, that's done. Now, let's go to the tailor. Of course, we're gonna have to get our gamson repaired by him.
I hope I can be a...
And just double check that I don't have anything I can sell him. Nope. I think to buy stuff, we don't need to buy anything. So let's repair. Close the deal. Not gonna fight over that little bit of grass skin. Alright. So that's done. What else here? Let's check our inventory. Yeah, we're looking good. We do have some thistles on us. Let's move that to the horse. And, quest log. Now, all the glisters. Okay, we haven't done the main quest of vengeance. Petulance. I guess we can do that. I'll, disable that. Looks like we gotta go for the last will over at, Chassel. That's the report. We also gotta do something for the costly brawl, courtship, petulant, scavenger. I gotta collect poppies for that one. Okay, so that's how it is.
Here, buy yourself something to wear.
Wow, Sasso? Or let's double check that. Yeah, Sasso is a monastery. For a minute, I kind of doubted myself with that. Alright, let's head there. Alright, we're at the monastery, so let's go do the report first. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
He's somewhere around here. I think he's actually upstairs here. Yeah, there he is.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
I dealt with the camp.
I've taken care of that camp.
Oh, yes? And what proof might you have of that?
Here it is.
At least one piece of good news today. There, take your reward. God be with you.
I have some, well, trophies.
Let's have them. Those scoundrels deserved it. Take care now.
There we go. Now that's a nice payoff. 1,200 for one camp cleared. And immediately gave us another one for over here. Seems like there's quite a bit up in this Gallus area. Now we gotta do the will thing. Let's open up that quest in our log. Let's disable pestilence, and we do want to find out what that is all about. And where is it? Let's disable that. And last will and testament. That's it. Now that's somewhere around here. Okay, looks like it's just at the, what do you call it? The herbalist. So let's go down there.
Yeah.
Alright, Brother Elias.
And who are you?
Brother Elias.
What do you do
What do
here?
you do here?
What I can. I'm just trying to help the Skalitz locals as much as I can.
How long have you been helping here?
How long have you been helping here?
Since before the refugees arrived. It was much less crowded back then.
And what do you do
And
exactly?
what do you do here exactly?
Mainly, I help Brother Nicodemus. Occasionally, I keep watch at night in case someone takes a turn for the worse. Sometimes I have to hold a patient down, fetch and carry things.
Do you know anything about
Do you know
healing?
anything about healing?
A little. I can manage the basics, but without Brother Nicodemus, I'd never be able to deal with the more difficult cases.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know
I
about the
heard
fight.
you had a fight with Fritz and Matthew.
Heathens.
So it was you they fought with?
Yes, it was me. And I hope I'll never have to see those wastrels again.
They deserve to be ousted, but the debt? How are they ever going to pay it?
I really don't care. Let them live in penury. Brutes.
Well, we could say they respect you.
I'm surprised you see it that way. They only talk about you with respect.
Really? Them?
Of course. They said you fight like a bull. And they hope you'll have a beer with them sometime again.
Well, definitely. Men will fight sometimes. I'm sure we'll settle this debt somehow.
Oh, okay, that was easy enough.
Good luck to you.
So, I guess we can tell Fritz and Hughes that they don't owe money anymore. Alright, so next part is to investigate pretty much all the, I guess, the blacksmiths around here. And then we gotta figure out who's making the counterfeits. And then we also gotta hand in that will, and that looks like that's down there. Alright. Start with this blacksmith. Zach.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
Well, there's Mikesh. He's honest enough, and a fair-hand at everyday things. And then there's Master Otter. He used to have talent, but now he's too old, and too proud to admit it.
The swordsmith from the town said he was after the pieces of a sword from some Queen of Sheba. A pilgrim was selling them a while back.
I know he's after those, but he's out of luck. He should have bought it while he had the chance. I still have mine on me. It brings me good fortune, and I shan't sell it.
Not even...
Not even for a king's ransom.
Interesting. So it looks like we gotta steal it from him.
Do you work any copper here, Master Blacksmith?
Why'd you ask?
I like to have something
I
made.
want to commission you to make something.
Then you best go elsewhere. I never use copper.
Aha.
Interesting. About that
So
copper.
back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I took...
Aha.
Okay.
Take care.
He doesn't want to talk about that.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Alright, let's talk to him. Do you work
You
with
ever work
copper?
with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the monastery craftsman's yard has bought out all the copper.
Interesting.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the craftsman's yard and mostly works on the construction of the church. And then, apart from me, there's Master Armourer Otter of Ramstein.
Tell me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a master armourer in Prague one day.
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's how fathers are, isn't it?
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
Hmm.
Can you tell me something about Master Otter?
Well now, there's a master to look up to. He's worked for the lords of Kunstadt and for the richest townsfolk of Prague.
If you don't mind my asking, what brings him here?
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy some peace. That dispute with Zack must have put a few more wrinkles on his brow.
Interesting.
What
Where are
are
they
Zack
at?
and Master Otter arguing about?
Zack had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zack mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pots, and that his son will see him off.
Interesting.
That will be all. Thank you.
Might as well talk trade.
God be with you.
About that sword. Are you sure the Queen of Sheba's a...
Who else would she be? Have you not heard of...
Uh-huh.
There he is.
Glad to see you.
Do you work with
Do
copper?
you make anything out of copper, Master?
I do a bit of Damascene decor sometimes. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone who could do me some copper sheets.
Well, that's pretty rough and ready work. I wouldn't waste my time with it. But go and ask Zack from the craftsman's yard by the monastery. He's bought up all the copper to be had around here anyway.
What can you tell me about the blacksmiths here in Sasau?
Depends which ones.
It's all
you
leading
mean.
to hats.
In the town, there's Mikesh. He's a decent man and an honest craftsman.
What about the monastery blacksmith, Zack?
Well, him and me don't exactly see eye to eye. He wanted to buy my business, but I turned him down. Ever since then, he hasn't had a good word to say about me.
Interesting.
Tell me something about Mikesh.
Like I said, he's an honest craftsman, which isn't something you can say about...
That will be all. Thank you.
All right. Father Fabian. Vincent of Merhoyt sent me.
Vincent of Merhoyed sent me to you.
What's the matter, my son?
About his last will.
I'm bringing Vincent's last will and testament.
Almighty Father, be merciful. What happened?
Master Vincent has been taken seriously ill. A disease has spread in Merhoyed.
Yes, I did hear that people are sick in some village hereabouts. God in heaven, but Vincent is still alive?
Yes, for now.
Let us hope the good Lord will leave him here with us a while longer. Thank you for bringing it to me. If Vincent passes on, I'll see to his wishes. Here, take a few coins for your trouble.
Thank you, Father.
May the Lord watch over you.
About the ring. Apparently I didn't need it to convince him. Okay. Well, that's that quest completed. Now, seems like this blacksmith is the one that's, the troublemaker. So let's I guess we gotta purchase the room in, yen. We'll get that ready for tonight. Oh, another beehive. And then we'll go from there. This trader.
Ale.
I hear it. And keep it right there.
Can I sleep here?
I suppose I could find... For how long?
For a few
How
nights.
about if I pay you for several nights?
Sure. Let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
And let's pay.
Here you are.
You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
I'll be back in 2 shakes.
The Lord watch over you.
Just as you ordered.
Well, it's almost night, so let's quickly just sleep and roll over to the next day. And then let's see here. What do we got for stuff in our inventory? Not too much. Okay. So yeah, let's roll it over. Alright, morning. We just ate from the pot. Now I was going to try and find this craftsman. It does work for the monasteries. Let's figure out.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Copper.
Your father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
It's going to hurt. Else can do the honor.
You're right. It's nothing to me either way.
Right. So clear off.
I mean, beside the fact I'm here on behalf of the Royal Burgrave Saradzo Cobbler, investigating a grievous crime against the crown.
What? What are you talking about?
I'd let you read my bill of authority, but I doubt you're educated enough to understand it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realise. If I'd known, of course I wouldn't. I mean, you understand, don't you?
Stop prattling, for God's sake, and start telling me the truth. What's the story with the copper at your forge?
You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
Why the secrecy?
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
Who are you making
Who
them
buys
for?
those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
Your father's in
Father
trouble.
has some serious explaining to do.
I'm so sorry. If I'd known who you were, I'd never have taken such liberties.
Don't think you're in the clear.
Don't think you're out of the woods yet.
Jesus Christ. God be with you.
So where is he? All right, let's try this again.
God save you. What can I do for you?
About the
So back
copper.
to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you
That's not what I hear.
That's not what I heard.
What?
I was told in town that you bought all the other blacksmith's copper.
I'm being made a fool of yet again, it seems. Anything else? I still have work to do.
So back to that...
What?
Your son
Your son put
confessed.
it quite differently.
What's that? What are you blabbering on about?
Don't be angry with him. I didn't give him any choice.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here, and I wanted to keep it quiet.
Why?
Pays me good money, and the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Is someone threatening
Did
you?
they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. But show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
You shouldn't work in... You shouldn't be working for
If
criminals.
you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
What's the matter?
So what are we talking about?
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rabstein's business for my son Vitus, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason. He said he couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my Vitus. Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it you need from me?
I thought I'd show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks, but for that I need someone experienced in combat.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
What's the plan?
Otto's busy making a very pretty suit of armor for the bailiff. So I was thinking, if we could show that pretty armor of his is absolutely useless, he'd be disgraced.
And how am I supposed to see to that?
Well, I'd reckon we'd arrange a duel of champions with bludgeons. You'll put on Vitus's armor, and Otto will send his champion in that tin shit of his. You invite the bailiff to watch, and Otto will be made a laughingstock in front of everyone.
Then what do I get out of it?
What we already agreed. I'll give up dealing in copper, and I'll tell you everything I know about what's been going on.
Agreed.
Agreed. I'll get to work on it.
Wonderful. Go to Otto first and talk him into it. Then go to the bailiff so he can announce it and get spectators. The more people see it, the better. We'll bring the armor to you at the combat arena.
About that copper.
I told you everything.
I'll be on my way.
I can't wait. Take care now.
Okay. So it looks like we gotta challenge your armor now. Alright. So let's do that.
God be with you.
Master Armourer, I have a message for you from Blacksmith Zach.
If it's another one of his so-called generous offers, you can go straight back and tell him I'm not selling, and that's that.
No, this is another matter. Vitus wants to challenge you to a duel.
What? Me fight with that brat? Zack must have lost his mind entirely.
It'll be a dual craft work.
That's not how it will be. The real duel will be between your pieces of handiwork.
How's that?
It will be a duel with bludgeons. No bloodshed. At most, a few bruises and some dents in the armor. Zack chose me to wear Vitus armor.
And so I'm to choose a champion of my own? That sounds reasonable.
Good. So let's agree on the time and place.
Hold your horses, young fella. I've got a counter offer for you. Now I'm sure Zack is paying you well.
Maybe I'm just doing it out of love for my neighbour.
Aye, a regular good Samaritan, no doubt. I could pay you more, and I'd tailor-make a cuirass just for you. What do you say?
You mean if I fight as your champion instead? I'm not sure how Zack would take it.
No, you fight on Zack's side and lose.
That's dishonorable.
That's not very honourable.
And Zack's constant slander and mudslinging are the height of honour, are they?
What if Zack's right?
But what if Zack's right? You're not as young as you used to be, and Vitus has trained with renowned masters.
What? You're as impertinent as that bastard Zack and his whelp of a son. How dare you? I don't need help from the likes of you. You'll get such a battering even Brother Nicodemus from the monastery won't know which side of you is up. Now clear off.
Not until you tell me where and when we should meet.
I don't know. Sort it out with the bailiff. He should come anyway, so I don't get the blame when you get beaten to a pulp.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Now to the bailiff.
God be with you.
I'm here on behalf of blacksmith Zack.
Zack? What does that madman want now? Don't tell me. It's another complaint about the master armorer. Well, you can tell Zack if you waste another minute of my time with that pathetic feud of his. I'll have him up for disrespecting the office of the bailiff.
No, it's not a complaint this time. In fact, Zack came up with an idea to settle the dispute once and for all.
Is that so? Well, that's a different kettle of fish. That's just what I was after. You have my full attention, friend. What's his plan?
A duel.
Jesus Christ! Has he lost his wits entirely?
Not to worry, it'll be a duel with bludgeons.
Don't worry, Goodman Bailiff. No one will get killed. It will only be a duel with bludgeons. Zack chose me as his champion. I'll be wearing a suit of armor made by his son, Vitus, and I'll fight Otter's champion. Whoever falls first, loses.
That sounds like a fine spectacle for the village green. Naturally, I'll have to be present to ensure nothing untoward happens.
Your presence is certainly expected, Bailiff. We'd like you to referee the whole duel.
Very well. We'll have it on the marketplace in the front of the church. But when?
That's up to you.
We can announce it right now.
Alright, we'll start the duel.
Let's do it.
I'll have it announced around town. You come along at just the right time. It'll be a fine show for the townsfolk, and I'll finally get that pair and their constant squabbling off my back. Take care now.
Oh my goodness.
Good citizens of Sasau, our township has long been plagued by a protracted dispute. As you are no doubt aware, Zack, the blacksmith of the monastery courtyard, and Master Armorer Otto Rabstein have been, for some time, at odds. And in so much as it behoves my office as bailiff to settle such disputes and maintain peace and order, I have decided to resolve the blacksmith's quarrel by unconventional means, whilst affording an entertaining spectacle. In short, we shall let them knock each other's teeth out. However, since it ill befits two respectable tradesmen to maul each other on the market square like a pair of cocks on a dung heap, each of them has elected a champion. Zack, the blacksmith, has appointed to fight in his stead Henry of Scarlet.
Oh, looks a little bit more fancier.
Epstein's champion will be... Please, introduce yourself, Sir Knight.
Master Otter will fight for Master Otter. I don't need some young pup to take my place.
Oh my goodness, he's stubborn as hell.
That this will be a duel with bludgeons alone. And until first blood is shed. Come, folks, be sensible for heaven's sake. We don't want any maiming here, or, God forbid, murder. So, if both contestants are ready, let us begin.
Notice his armor is riveted.
I'm over here!
Boy, yeah.
There we go.
You kicked that old bastard's ass, Henry. His ears will be ringing for a month. Now everyone will see who knows how to make armor and who's all hot air.
Oh, it was easy. It's falling off a log.
It was as easy as falling off a log. Any other business disputes you'd like me to sort out for you?
I might have, lad, but not any you can solve with a bludgeon. Anyway, come by the forge later for your reward.
All right?
Alright, well, that's dealt with. And... oh, I didn't get to keep the armor. I think ours was better, actually. So let's re-equip it. Alright, we're back at the forge here, and this doesn't look like he has gone back yet. So yeah, let's sit and wait. And now let's see if he's here. Oh, there he is. Let's talk to him.
God save you.
I'm here for my
Come
reward.
for my reward.
Of course. And thanks again, lad. It's worked wonders for my trade.
Will Otto sell his shop to you?
And will Otter sell you his business?
I don't know, but the way things are looking now, his trade will soon be dead as a doornail anyway.
About the bargain.
Your trade is going well. Now, about our little deal.
Ah, that little matter. Right.
What can you tell me about the counterfeiters?
So, out with it. How was it all arranged?
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this Rapota? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, on the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all I know.
Well, that'll do me for now.
Okay. So that's
See you
solved.
later.
And no, we can't talk to Vitus. Okay.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found
I'd
out
like
they
to
need copper
strangle
sheets
that
for the
face
core
of
of the
an
coins
overseer.
and quicksilver for the the other part.
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Hmm.
I feel quite hungry.
Okay. Hmm. Well, there's a couple of things I gotta do here. Oh, we gotta talk to the painter. We'll go from there. Alright, it was mount up and... Oh wait, the painter. He's just over here, so let's talk to the painter about the quicksilver. Should be... Is he down here? Trespassing, nope. Maybe he's in here.
Here, just as you ordered.
Oh, okay. The fresco
I'll be
masquerade.
with you.
Quicksilver.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
Hmm. What do you need quicksilver
What do
for?
you need quicksilver for?
Oh, for paintings.
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
Hmm. This
That's what I need to
monastery's
know
is involved in all sorts of scandals
Would you
here.
care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
What do you have for sale?
Why not? Show me what you have to offer.
I'd like to strangle that wastrel of an overseer.
That's that. So I guess we got next part of the overseer. I guess the next part is the overseer. Alright, we're at the monastery, so let's head up to the overseer and let's talk to him now. Maybe he's not the overseer. Let's talk to the overseer, Han.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Do
Quicksilver.
you have any Quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
The poor
I'm
Banner.
here on behalf of the master fresco painter. He said you sent him away empty-handed 3 times already.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Well, don't lie to me.
Bollocks. Tell me this instant what you've done with the goods.
Nothing! And I'd advise you to calm down. We're on hallowed ground.
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground, a lying thief in monastic robes. What next? A whore dressed as a nun?
This is blasphemy.
I'll give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what our Lord did to the money changers in the temple.
What do you mean? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a reason to.
Jesus. But I didn't know anything about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear, I wouldn't normally do anything like that.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota. A scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How
did you hand it over to them?
Did you get this Quicksilver?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath.
Ah, same
Sometimes
location.
Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
What did they threaten you with?
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Interesting. Very well.
Very well. Thank you.
Take care now.
Well, we're hungry. So we gotta deal with that. Guess let's eat from the pot. And I guess was mount up, and now we gotta go to check that location out. Because both lead to the same spot. Quicksilver and the copper.
Yeah.
The 2 items for counterfeit coins. The bystander with the yellow cape seems very familiar. Is he from Ratty? Are we gonna meet another old acquaintance? I wonder. Well, let's go here and let's check this out. What is this? A bandit. Why are you just sitting around?
Why are you just sitting around?
Why not? Admiring the view. People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Oh my goodness. You know someone called Rapida?
Does the name Rapita ring any bells for you?
Rapota, you say? Rapota. No, I can't hear any bells ringing at all.
Well, let's tell them we're investigating a crime, I guess.
Look, you little jester. I'm investigating a crime against the king on the direct orders of Sir Radzig. Are you really going to keep pretending you don't know anything?
Hang on! What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that, that's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit.
No. You're wasting your time waiting here.
Bit of friendly advice. You're wasting your time here. Rapita's scarpered and won't be coming back this way anytime soon. You might as well pack up and go home.
What? That bastard owes me a dozen groschen. Damn it! Now what? Well, no use hanging around here anyway. In any case, thanks for the information. I could have been stuck here for weeks.
Mm-hmm. Now what this bandit wants. Okay, they both left. Good. Might as well check in what's in here. Nothing. Alright, well that's that. And now there's only one more thing to do, and that is to do a report. Alright, let's talk to Faber.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Counterfeiters.
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I know where they get the sheets.
I found out where they get the copper sheets from.
Really? So tell me.
It's the smith on the monastery craftsman's yard. He supplies the counterfeiters.
Do you know how he gets the goods to them?
No. All I know is that someone called Rapota collected the goods.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry. I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard. Master engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
Okay.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something.
Yes. Okay.
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
I have, but I didn't find anything interesting.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Rapota, once again.
The same scoundrel.
That's all.
Okay, so it looks like we gotta talk to the engraver next. Oh, lots of investigating work here with Henry. Alright, so I guess let's talk to the engraver at the monastery. Jesus, like this whole episode is just gonna be about the monastery? Alright, engraver should be upstairs, so let's head up there and let's talk to him. And remember, not to mention the
I hope I can
name.
be of some humble service to you.
How's the work going, Master?
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
Do you work here alone?
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone. Which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague. Or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high. Or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
Tell me about Florian.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest. As though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I got a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you.
Okay. Does he have any enemies?
Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
Okay.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
Okay, I'll be going.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
God be with you.
Well, okay. We definitely didn't mention his name. Now, we gotta find him. For one. And on the way there, we might as well stop at the bathhouse. Figure out what was that all about. Alright, we're at the bathhouse, and I guess we asked about what has happened here.
God save. How may I help you? Good night.
Florian.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl. Shudder to think what's become of her.
What it has to do with Florian?
What exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
Oh.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain. And if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Where
can I
find
this Florian?
Florian?
I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the...
Yeah. What did the bailiff
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
Yeah.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her into him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
Okay.
Take care.
Alright. So, Florian's not doing it for greed. Definitely doing it for selfish reasons. Alright, so... I guess, let's go to his house. The baker's house in the basement. Should be here, but he's probably not going to be here. I guess let's talk to the baker.
Good afternoon.
Take
care.
Nothing. Shop guide. Oh, okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to pick the lock.
God be with you.
Take care now.
Well, this is not a good spot to pick a lock. And there's no back door. Okay, this is not good. I might have to commit a crime in front of a guard. And they're just standing there. Well, let's sneak and picklock it. Looks like we got away with it.
You quite well.
Alright, let's talk to him.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
You don't look sick.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rappator mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
Well, you confessed to me. The executioner was so yo. It is because of that girl.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
If they take
Look,
their
Troy,
heels.
I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people. As soon as they get wind of something, they'll be out of here and Esther will be gone with them.
If Rapita finds I've told you anything, they'll kill her.
Not if I catch Rapita first. He's here in town, isn't he?
Yes, he is. They found me in the tavern one evening, caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapita. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me, and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. And I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Interesting. Where is Rapita?
Where will I find Rapita?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
Punch die he'll hand over.
How did you hand over the punch die to them?
Rapita waited for me behind the church. I didn't want to give it to them without seeing Esther first.
And did they let you?
Yes, although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the Skalitz Hills. My poor Esther, they'd scared her half to death.
So at least you know she's alive.
Who knows? It was a while ago. And they never let her go, even after I did what they wanted. They said they'd be needing more.
More punch dies?
They wear out over time. And they have to be replaced regularly.
Interesting.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At
Well,
first,
that's
I took it
obvious.
for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Go. I hope you get revenge. God be with you.
Well, he says he's always sitting here. So let's
My pleasure.
look around here. Elijah. Oh, there he is. Would you be Rapitab?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well, I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
I know you spy on Florian.
I know that you spy on Florian. I know you were involved in the kidnapping of the bath maid, and I know why you're doing it all.
It seems there's no point making excuses.
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course. That will be the best solution.
So?
Let's leave it for another time.
What? Okay, I gotta stop him. Mount up.
That's him. No, I give up.
Oh, that was easy.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the Skullet's mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Interesting. Who's your liege lord?
Who is your lord?
Sir Yezhek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov Castle's long gone.
What happened to Ronov Castle?
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Yezhek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Yezhek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Yezhek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Yezhek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronov back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
And it's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
So who's Sir Yezhek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Yezhek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he is.
I heard enough.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death. I prefer you just kill me here and now.
Your dungeon is waiting.
An honourable death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you, and the sort of punishment a counterfeiter deserves. Don't worry. In time, you'll be glad of the gallows.
Okay, so that's dealt with. He's in dungeon, but the question is where? Okay, here. So what's well, I guess with security Uda's help, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
How come I keep saying Ulitz? It's Ulitz. Urich.
A tankard of ale for me.
I finally found out where the Forger's workshop is. Master Faithfar was right. The Forgers are sticking close to the supply source. Their workshop is somewhere in the mines. The entrance is on the eastern side of the hill. I've no idea what to expect there, but I'd rather go there with some backup.
I will be glad to give it. Lead on.
Okay, so let's head up here and let's deal with it. But first, we must apply that Bane Bosun to the sword. Oh, here's a camp.
What's that? Well, Logwood's come crawling. Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! Ah! Come on, then.
Raise the alarm! Watch out!
Don't see here!
Raise the alarm! Watch out!
You'll get
Go!
Okay, there's a bunch of them down.
Well, the pig turns up with... Oh.
Is that all you got?
You're stronger than you look.
Well, might as well clear this up.
There's some...
And grab everything we can. Rich, unfortunately, ran on ahead, so we gotta catch up with him.
Jesus Christ, who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kabila.
And who's he?
That's no concern of yours.
I'm sure we could come to some sort of agreement. I have plenty of coin.
We can come to an agreement that you'll keep your mouth shut. Please, don't take this personally.
Wait!
What? Do you want to do it? Be my guest. It gives me no pleasure.
You can't kill him. I have orders to take him to Ratai.
That is unfortunate. I have orders to kill everyone involved in this business.
You can't do that!
I have no choice, as you are aware.
Why do you want to kill him? He may have valuable information.
For that exact reason. My master does not wish this man to fall into the wrong hands, especially those of Radzig Kabila.
You can. You can lie about killing him.
You can tell your lord the man is dead. He'll never find out.
But he will. Or do you think you can lock this man away from sight until Judgment Day?
Why not?
Do not be naive, boy. Look around you. This land swarms with rats and snakes, especially now. There is no secret that is not for sale. If I let you have him, my own head will be on a spike before the month is out.
Do speech.
You don't have to go back to the Rosenbergs.
How do you know about the Rosenbergs?
Master Fayfire recognized the writing on your letter of passage.
Just as I said, there is nothing safe from prying eyes in this land. And where would you suggest I go?
Into Sir Radzig's service. He needs people like you.
I serve Kabila. Out of the question. If he learned of all that I did for the Rosenbergs, he would hang me from the nearest tree. But you are right, I do not have to return to the Rosenbergs. In fact, I cannot.
Why not?
I am a knight without a crest, without allegiance. No one was meant to know whom I serve. If the Rosenbergs hear that I have been found out, they will see to it I vanish. They cannot afford to be associated with me.
Where will you go then?
Where the road takes me, as I have many times before. Farewell, Henry.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Please, I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement.
You can talk all you like, but not here and not to me. Let's go. Let's go. Master Fayfire is very keen to meet you.
I was worried I had to fight him again. I would hate to kill the old knight.
Good work, Henry. Thank you, Master Fayfire. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
I should really take off that helmet for these scenes. Okay, so now I gotta go back to Rowdy. And, yeah, that was a long questions asked. A lot longer than I expected, I tell you that. So it's decrypt the torch, and man, we're already filthy. I just had a bath, and I'm already dirty. Cleanliness in this game is very difficult. So good question. I don't look that dirty, so let's call him out and let's head to Rade. Alright, we're in Rade. We just washed up. And let's equip our headgear here, because you know, it's kind of difficult watching these scenes with all the headgear on. Alright, so... Oh yeah, we gotta equip that back on. There we go. And then let's try for find Sir Raditz. Should be somebody around here. Oh, wow. He just came right in.
Good day to you.
And another thing.
Another thing. Have you met the local lord?
Sir Hanush. Of course. He's a jovial sort and doesn't know what fear is.
What about our Sir Radzik?
Sir Hanush gave him the whole of Perkstein for his use. He seems to be bearing up well considering all he's lost.
What about the captain of the garrison? What's he like?
Sir Bernard. A grouchy old bastard. He don't care much for us. I'd like to shove a stick up his arse. Or...
Okay.
Thanks.
Take care now.
We gotta get out of here. Except he's in the wet. Oh, there's Sir Raditz. Alright, let's talk to him.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking to see you.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Bernard to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
Interesting. Well, he's locked in the tower, so I guess we gotta go to the tower. Is this the right tower? That tower. Oh, okay. Let's head over there.
Yeah.
God be with you.
Captain Bernard, I need a key to Yezid's cell.
I need the key to Jezek's cell.
So Sir Radzik let him have his way in the end. He should have let me beat some answers out of him.
No wonder he doesn't want to talk to you.
Just try not to mess it up. Here's that key.
Thanks.
And dog.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, you're sending me on a wild goose chase here. Alright, down to the prison cells we go. Alright, let's unlock this and let's talk to him.
God save you, Henry.
Yeah, Riki's in here still.
Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
You brought me here. You should consider it an honor.
An honor?
If hanging around in a damp dungeon with a condemned man is your idea of honor.
You're not seeing the bright side. You can be the one who uncovers a conspiracy against the king for your master. You don't get an opportunity like that every day. It did cross my mind, though, that it might be nice to get some assurances for my cooperation. After all, I'm the one the Margrave unjustly declared the scourge of the land and expelled from Moravia. They even pulled my beautiful castle down. It was the necessity of making a living that forced me to take some liberties.
Maybe you're right, but stick to the point.
I suppose there's some truth in that. I may speak with Sir Radzig and he might pardon you, but not unless you start talking.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
Again, the monastery.
This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago, and they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimson Sasau?
You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so. That'll do me for the moment.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
I can try.
I can try, but I can't promise you anything.
Well, What was meld up? And we gotta decide what to do next. Looks like we gotta go back to Sir Radzig's. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. Let's talk to him.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things. There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what Jezek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why?
Indeed.
Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
So what will you do?
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn! So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. Sir Jezek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to find them.
I'm not sure where to start, sir.
Then ask around the alehouses and inns, or at the Rathaus. Someone must have heard something. These things can't be entirely kept in the dark. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I know of no one else who could help as much as you can now.
Sir, there's one more thing. Sir Jezek went with me without resistance, because I promised him he could come to an agreement with you.
My boy, my boy. You make promises in my name? That could turn out very badly for both of us. But, if it can prevent bloodshed, why the hell not? We may well come to some arrangement after all, but I can't say yet what will become of him. You'd better run along.
As you command.
As you command, sir.
Greetings. What business have... Goodbye.
I meant to wash. Well, it's getting night time, folks. So unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today. If you like the content, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And also, if you notice anything that I can improve on, leave it in the comments. I read them all. And all your support is much appreciated. Okay, folks. Have a good day. And I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.